Hey, we got a couple of questions on the website about how to effectively use the water shader. So what we're going to do is set up a quick little scene here with a picture and the water shader to show you how you can combine the two. So in my server here, I have a picture and I'm just going to drag it down into the scene tree here. It's a standalone picture here that I quickly cut out. So I'm just going to scale it up here and you can see that it's just kind of a painting or a manipulated photograph here. So I'm just going to place this at the top of the screen here, somewhere just like that. You can see it kind of has this alpha image attached to it, and you can see in the little preview or thumbnail here with the alpha image, it's got the two images here, one on top of the other. So what I'm going to do is kind of use an object to map the water onto it. So I'm going to go into the built-ins here, into my geometry plugins. I'm just going to drag a fade rectangle down onto it. I'm going to go into the fade rectangle and I'm going to spread the width out to, let's say, roughly 700, maybe 800. Let's go, and let's do the height roughly around 500. Let's go a little less for now for 300. I'm going to come back into the transformation editor and I'm going to rotate this a little bit and bring it forward. I want to go back into my fade rectangle and I want to kind of have a faded edge here. So I'm going to adjust the color range down a little bit and the blend range up so that we have this kind of a faded edge. Let's bring it down and roughly right around to where our edges meet here. And if you need to rotate this a little bit, our picture is a little bit offset, so I'm just going to rotate this a tiny bit. I'm going to go into my built-ins, into the shader tab, and into the effect folder. I'm going to drag our water shader down onto our fade rectangle. So as you can see, when we drop this down, it kind of looks like water. So we need to make a couple adjustments here to make it match the image. And we're going to go into the water shader here. First thing that you notice when we're in the water shader is this blank box here. It says environment map. So what you can use this for is actually drag some type of image over there. And when I drag an image over there, you can see what kind of happens. It takes on the parameters of that image a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and reset that and just work with the basic parameters in here and not worry about the environment map. But certainly you can experiment with that as well. First thing that we have here below the environment map is 3 color squares. So our first one here is deep water. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a slight adjustment to this, maybe make it dark blue. Our shallow water, I'm going to go ahead and kind of grab it from our image. So we have a little color picker here that we can use. So I'm just going to drag it over my image here and maybe use another dark blue or a close to black type image. And our reflection here, again, I'm just going to use the color picker here and roll it over some area of my image here to grab some type of color. So this lighter blue here looks good. Now I'm just going to come up through my different settings here and just kind of play with them to get the look that I want for the water. And again, depending what type of water this is, ocean, river, bay, wherever, you can have just different parameters here to kind of match the flow or the wave height of the water. So first what we have here is bump height. I'm going to take this down to roughly around 10 or so, let's say. Then we have a bump speed beneath that. Let's take this down a little bit more too as well. We also have a bump scale. We can kind of bump this up and it will kind of scale the water down a little bit. So let's go up to about 150 perhaps and have something like that. We have a wave frequency set to 40 by default. Let's knock it down to about half. So we'll go ahead and put that about 20. We have a wave amplitude that we can adjust to. Since this is, let's say, a river, we don't want any waves. So I'm just going to take this wave amplitude down to 0. And then a wave speed. Probably don't have many waves on a river, so let's take that down pretty small increment as well. If we come down farther below our color pickers here, we also have some other adjustments that we can make. So we have a water amount, which is set to 70. Let's take this to roughly half of that too. We have a reflection amount set to 100. I'm just going to take that down to roughly half. And you can see when we adjust this, what that does too. So you just play with the numbers and place them wherever you want. We also have a reflection bias here. So let's take this up to about 20, let's say. And then we also have a reflection power. I'm just going to leave that where it is. And we also have a reflection multiplier, and we also have a reflection multiplier. So let's kind of just bump this up a little bit too to see what happens. So it's roughly there. It's combining the water shader with the picture. If you want to take it a step further, you can always add some flares in here. So let's drag a flare down in here. We're going to bring the Z position out a little bit, and let's rotate this a little bit so we can add some reflection. Let's say maybe the reflection of the lights from the houses are shining on the water. So we can use the flare here, and we can scale it down and make some adjustments on the flare. If you want to add a little more depth or color information to the flare, you can use the expert here, which I have in my favorites. I just drag it down onto the flare, and you can click on your render modes here to kind of make some adjustments. So we can maybe change one to add here. You can see how that affects it. Let's drag another flare down. We'll just copy that and move this next to it, and maybe we'll make one more, maybe move it left again and make some adjustments to that flare as well. We'll go into the expert, and let's just say we change that one to max so you can get a different color on it as well. Now it doesn't look like it's actually reflecting off the water, but you are faking it a little bit. So one way that you can use the water in combination with a picture to achieve this look in a scene.